This is The Professionals, a podcast by music business technology and broadcast media technology students on Outcast OCCR Owens Community College Radio. In this series, students will interview industry professionals in their respective fields to help gather an idea of what it's like to work in their industry.
Hello, welcome to OCCR Radio. Today we are interviewing Nathan Bloom, a film and television music composer that has worked on music for Fox's crime series Prodigal Son and has composed for multiple CW series alongside Blake Neely, such as The Flash and The Arrow. Variety magazine credited him for being one of the top 10 composers to watch. He has also composed for many documentaries, such as the movies 1968, The Year That Changed America, which aired on CNN. How are you doing today?
All right, thanks, Max.
Yeah, of course. So my first question is, what is your profession and title?
I'm a composer for film and television. I also have my own company called Newt Bar Productions, which is basically a loan out for me as a composer.
That's really cool. What do you do with Newt Bar Productions?
So it's basically the all-encompassing music production company. So when I hire a music team for my projects, which can vary from project to project, that's the employer. At times I'll have a personal assistant. I might have to hire orchestrators, additional composers, music mixers, sound engineers. And so that company would be the contractor for those subcontractors.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, thanks.
And then what is your professional area of expertise and an explanation of what you do as far as composing?
Sure. So primarily I work with underscore. So that would be the instrumental music that goes under all of the dialogue and the sound effects for a television show or a movie. Every once in a while, I'll be asked to do something a little bit outside of that arena. Like on The Flash, for instance, there was a musical episode, and I did an arrangement of Put a Little Love in Your Heart, and then had to produce the actors who were singing on screen. I produced their voices in the recording studio and recorded an orchestra for it.
Wow.
And there was a whole team of us that did various arrangements on that. That's not a normal day-to-day thing that I usually deal with, but I'm prepared for those kinds of requirements too.
That's great that you're open to loads of different things when it comes to music. That's awesome.
Yeah, always.
And then I researched that you went to Carnegie Mellon. Can you kind of tell me the course and what you learned there?
I did, yeah. So I would say early on in my studies, I was training to be what I would call a concert composer. So writing music for the concert stage, whether that be a chamber group, a smaller ensemble, or a full orchestra. And I think it was through that foundation of a really good, solid musical background in general that helped me once I started writing film music. It helped me with, I guess, just the various genres of music and being able to jump between those, but also being comfortable writing for an orchestra or pretty much any musical instrument, really. And there's, people get into film and television music in lots of different ways.
Yeah.
Some people come from a rock background and they've just been playing guitar and singing in a band, and that's perfectly legit too. I think I have a more broad background that helps me be a little bit more of a chameleon, I think.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And then is there any workshops or classes that you're taking right now to help extend your knowledge of music?
I guess not really a workshop or class, but I am constantly watching YouTube videos of new sound libraries or techniques. Obviously, AI is a big hot button topic these days, and AI is being implemented in lots of different ways. I'm not so much interested in the creative implementations of AI at the moment. I don't think it's quite there or usable for me right now. What I am interested in are a lot of plugins that enhance my production quality. AI being used in EQs and compressors and things like that.
Yeah,
that's interesting and definitely on the cutting edge right now. So I have to be aware of that and pretty competent in newer technology.
Totally. What DAW do you use?
I use Logic Pro.
Okay.
And then I use that to sequence and write, and then I record everything I do into Pro Tools. So it's kind of both of those.
That makes sense. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And then are there any future plans in the works that you'd like to mention that you're working on?
I kind of in between projects right now. I'm working on an album of my own, which is pretty fun and something new. And sometimes I get so busy, and I'm writing music for other people and other projects, and it's nice to take advantage of this time right now where I get to write music that I want to write, and I'm kind of in control of it. So that's what I'm doing right now.
That's awesome. Do you sing as well?
I am on this,
that's really cool.
Which is kind of a new venture for me.
That's cool.
I'm definitely not a trained singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what are the pros and cons of your particular profession?
Oh boy.
Like if you can list off three pros and 3 cons.
Okay, there we go. Let's see. I would say pros are, I get to write music for a living, which is kind of a dream.
Oh, for sure.
I've made it to a point in my career where I'm kind of the team leader. I've been in many different roles over the years, of course, but I enjoy kind of being the leader and divvying up the work and kind of being in more creative control there. Another pro would be, it varies project to project, but the people I get to work with are all very different, and I enjoy the puzzle of kind of figuring out what they're going for and sort of the vibe they want, and trying to use my own sensibilities to get to some sort of happy medium between us. Each new project is a new puzzle, and I enjoy that.
Awesome.
Cons could be, of course, this is a complaint, but it really shouldn't be. Sometimes I've gotten so busy that I'm working very long hours, like 7 days a week, and that kind of grind really gets old.
I bet.
But I like when it's a little bit less than that. But it can become a grind in that way. Another con, which it can be a pro or a con when you're dealing with a client that doesn't really know what they want. Sometimes they entrust you to just kind of take the reins and go with it, and they use whatever you come up with. And sometimes it turns into a little bit of a struggle, and it's hard to get on the same page. So that could be a difficulty there.
Well, it was good talking to you. Thank you so much for doing this interview. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, thanks, Max.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye. My name is Maxwell Borton, and thank you for listening to OCCR Radio.
This has been the Professionals Podcast by Music Business Technology and Broadcast Media Technology students. Join us next time on Outcast OCCR Owens Community College Radio.